Hello everyone, today we're going to be playing some Azorius Artifact Aggro. This is a brew that I've been playing that actually won my RCQ. So I'm going to be heading to Milwaukee in February and hope to see you guys there. I really love this deck. It was kind of popular for a very short period after these cards came out, after Lost Caverns of Ixalan. And then it just kind of fell off. People stopped thinking about it as, fancier, more interesting things started to come up. But this deck is still really strong. So the purpose of the deck, basically we have Spyglass Siren, Novice Inspector that give us two things on the battlefield when they enter. We have Warden of the Sky that can take advantage of that. We can put a counter on it, get a scry out of it, and start filtering through our deck using its ability to tap 3 either creatures or untapped artifacts, and then you get to do those things. Ginger Brute is a little bit of a support piece that we're actually sideboarding out depending on the matchup, but it works really well with the other mainstay in the deck, Zoetic Glyph. So this is an enchantment aura. We enchant an artifact. The enchanted artifact is a golem creature with base power and toughness 5/4. When this aura is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, discover 3. So we can enchant the tokens from Spyglass and Novice. We can enchant the Ginger Brute, or we can enchant the Schooner or the Cryptic Coat, and then have a 5/4 haste, essentially. And a lot of people are scared of this card. When I played this in RCQ, I had a guy literally say I'm scared of that Zoetic Glyph, as he was on 5 life left. And then whenever they try to remove it, unless they get rid of the token or the artifact before it hits the battlefield, whenever they remove it or whenever we trade, we get to discover. So we get to replace it. And all of our cards are good. Obviously, we don't want to hit our 1-drops when we're in that situation, but all of our cards are good to hit off of Zoetic Glyph. We also have Cryptic Coat, which is my favorite card against control. It has an ability for 1 and a blue, return this equipment to its owner's hand, and then whenever you play this equipment, you get a creature attacked to it. That creature has Ward 2 and Unblockable. And if we happen to hit a Bunnycorn, we can flip that up at any time. So say we have a Cryptic Coat on the battlefield with a Bunnycorn under it. We go for attacks with a few creatures and the Cryptic Coat. They can't block the coat. We flip it upside down. We get in for 8 damage out of nowhere, unblockable. And then the real reason I wanted to run this deck is because I love Sheltered by Ghosts for aggro, and I love Spell Pierce for combo. These are the 2 best answers to a lot of things going on in the meta. And so having access to these 2 cards with an aggro shell is right where I want to be. I'm an aggro player. I want to try to win as quick as possible. And these cards allow us to stop aggro and stop combo so that we can get that win in. For the sideboard, some Into the Floodmaw, extra Spell Pierce, extra Sheltered by Ghosts, Rest in Peace for Vivi, Seam Rip for aggro, Annul for the big enchantment decks, No More Lives for the big control decks, Split Up if we run into a Go Wide deck, or a Boroid, Rabbits, any of those types of things. And I just have a random exercise in here as well. The sideboard could definitely be played with. I'm not stuck to it. I essentially only brought in Rest in Peace, No More Lies, and Spell Pierce when I played in the RCQ, because I played against some Vivi and some Control were basically my only matchups. So these other cards didn't really have a place, but if I had gone against aggro, I would have wanted the Seam Rip and the extra Sheltered, and there was a guy playing aggro who almost made it into the top, so happy to have those there. And then for the lands, we're kind of in a crappy place right now, but Starting Town has been perfect. Works really well with the deck. Restless Anchorage is amazing because when it attacks, it creates a map token, which is what we're already trying to do with all this other stuff. So actually when it attacks, it makes that token, grows our Regal Bunnycorn as it's attacking. So everything just works really well together. I guess the only card I didn't talk about is Schooner, which is an amazing 3/4 for 2 with Crew 1. We have so many 1-power creatures, and then that creature gets to explore whenever this attacks. So we get an attack on turn 3 with a 3/4, and then also explore onto hopefully our Warden to put another counter on it to give it flying and vigilance. So that's the deck. Won the RCQ with it, and excited to show you guys how it works. As is usual, the game doesn't like me, so we get to mulligan into a 5-land hand. We're just gonna keep this and hope that we don't hit any more lands, but this could be a rough one. Since this is a kind of different aggro build, we don't actually need to play cards on turn 1. It's like what we're gonna do here is play Schooner turn 2. Turn 3, we'll Siren, hopefully have interaction or another creature. Okay, so we're going against some aggro. That's fine. We might be too slow with this hand, but hopefully we can hit a Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh, just straight lizards. Okay. All right, let's get out the Schooner. So in that situation, it would have been good to have the 1-drop because now we could at least crew and block. But we did hit another 1-drop, so we can play all 3, activate Warden, still have the ability to crew. Yeah, they got a super, super good start though. Okay. Yeah. Probably the best start they could possibly get. Solid. And we get another Schooner. All right, well. Just gonna run out our hand here. And hope for the best. Let's activate. There's a Sheltered. I think it's too little, too late. All they need is a land and a removal. There's a land for 2 damage. Another Hard Claw, okay. Pass. Attack with everything. Deal an extra damage, deal an extra damage. Yeah, they got us. We were just too slow and they had literally their perfect hand. That's wild. And they have removal. Wow, they had literally everything. Okay. So this is where those Seam Rips come in handy. Another Sheltered comes in handy. We could even do Split Up. I don't think it's that serious. Maybe it is. Couple Seam Rips. We'll just get rid of all the Spell Pierces. I've never tried the Split Up, so let's try it. We're gonna leave in all the Schooners and all the Wardens so we can tap everything down. So now we're in more of a control build here. And hopefully they don't just get the best hand ever like they did last time. Get to play first. Gonna take some damage. We have a ton of creatures though. It's probably a bad keep. All their creatures are bigger, but we'll see how it works out. Glyph is nice. No attacks and turn. If they play a land and just attack, we can block. Really want to get this Warden bigger than a Burst Lightning, bigger than a Braid. Oh, they have a Braid already. All right. We can still block. They can still get 1 damage. That's fine. No biggie. All right, we'll go ahead and crack. Down another Inspector, another Gingerbrute. Get in. We are still an aggro deck, still trying to win. Don't think any of the lizards have haste. If we can hit a split up and just get all our stuff tapped or all their stuff tapped, that'd be amazing. Okay, no attack. They have 1 mana. Ah, do they have a Burst Lightning? That'd be so annoying. Because it would be amazing to toss the Glyph on the Brute. But I don't think we can afford to do that. Don't think we can afford to get blown out. We'll just get in for a little bit. We are still aggro. They can't attack with a Fireglass Mentor into our blockers. We probably will Seam Rip it, depending on what they play. All right. Very good thing we did not run right into that with our Gingerbrute. That's the power of Zoetic Glyph. We get to pick something that they couldn't interact with at the time. Laughing Jasper Flint, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and map onto our Glyph. Sheltered is great. Seam Rip. Snag a Mentor. Move to combat. If they want to sacrifice 2 creatures, they can. No big deal. Alright, so now we got a lethal creature on board. We got a couple unblockable creatures. Oh, they get our Sheltereds. Oh, I forget how Jasper works. They got 2 Sheltereds. Dude, that is so unlucky. So I should have binned it, but they still would have got 1. Oh, that's so unlucky. You're just going to take the Glyph and leave my clue. Oh, that is brutal. I still have enough blockers that they can't gain life, because they would just lose their creature. Yeah, this is a tough decision because they could just take the glyph, put it on a hired claw instead of a flint. We were one card away from being golden. If we just sheltered their flint, we're fine, dude. Now we have a clue with a counter on it. Yeah, I mean, they should definitely just sheltered and take another creature. Don't mind seeing that. That's good. Let's give unblockable. Get in for one. Let's try to poke away. All lands out of the way. Good. Love to see that. Oh, they have a kill spell. That's rough. Okay. No cards in hand, though. If they attack, they lose something. Oh, please give me the glyph back. Thank you. Oh, they can put a counter on it. That's brutal. So we could have held back the Ginger Brute. Now they gain life. We just get an Inspector. Oh, this is rough. Alright, no attacks. We're going to draw a card. Sounds good. And they hit everything, dude. Oh, they can just cast all of our cards. Cool. Sounds good. They take Seam Rip. Makes sense. There might be a world where we can still win this, but it looks really terrible. If I were them, I would just play Cryptic Coat for sure. Resolve all. Pass. Alright, let's try it. I want my big creature back. If they have another Triumph, they can put a counter, kill one, and destroy us. I attach. Resolves. Ooh, Nemesis. Okay, so we have to hit Sheltered. And they already took 2. GG. Man, Lizard's looking good. That was also a bad keep. Game 1, we mulliganed. They had a perfect hand. Game 2, just kept a bunch of 1-drops, and they Jasper Flinted the crap out of us. Alright, unfortunate mulligan again. This game hates me, dude. Look at these hands. Okay. Playable. Gotta get rid of an extra land. Gotta get rid of a Spell Pierce, I suppose. Warden, you go. I think our only hope here is Ginger Brute with Glyph on it. Yep, no blocks. Do you want a counter? Okay. Sounds good to me. I think I want a Warden trigger more than I want the Ginger Brute on the battlefield. So let's do this. Okay, Sheltered is great. Please, Sheltered. Hold on to our Spell Pierce. Okay, it is just Nemesis, that's fine. Yep, no blocks, no big deal. Go ahead and Sheltered. Have to get rid of that. We want to grow the Warden, so that has flying and vigilance. Already have a glyph, we just want one more land at this point. Oh, do they actually have a way? Oh, they're gonna shelter. Yep. Yep, they have their own Sheltered. And if we had just had another land, we would have Spell Pierced it. Rough luck today. Still no land. Okay. We will concede that. Alright, Sheltered and rips. Take out one Pierce, one more Ginger Brute. Give that a shot. See if the game gives us a good hand without a mulligan. No one drop. No blocking, but we do have a Sheltered if we ever find a creature. We do have Cryptic Coat, which has Ward 2. It'll have Ward 4, unblockable, gain life. And they're having to mulligan a lot, so that's good. That's a good start. We'll take it. I don't want to risk the holding on to the starting town if we draw another one. So I'm just going to play it. Okay, found our creature. That's fine. Let's get down our Cryptic Coat. And we're going to go ahead and attack. Try and grow this buddy. Yeah, that can go. That's another Cryptic Coat. That's fine. So once we have Ward 4, oh, perfect. Literally could not have asked for anything better. The game finally likes us again. Ward 4, 5/3, unblockable. Let's throw down a flyer. This is much more like it. Get rid of another Inspector. And just like that, we are almost at lethal. That's fine. Couple double strikers, no big deal. Let's see, so they'll get in for 12 damage. That's pretty good. Thankfully, we can run out some blockers here. Seven, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they'd have to block the schooner. Don't need another warden. Next. They're finding out about unblockable. Next. All right. Can we survive with this little inspector buddy? I think we will go ahead and map in case they have burst lightning. Okay. Let's see how it works. Okay, so they did have removal. But they don't have lethal. Whew, close game in the end there. Close game. That's how this deck is supposed to work, though. I'll run it back. Once again, the game does not like me. That's much more reasonable. Hopefully we can find some interaction. So they only have interaction. Interesting. We're still going to go for the Warden activation. No, we're gonna play 2 cards no matter what. I don't think we need that. It's just a Nemesis turn. Yep. Okay, get in for 3. So we'll run out the Fabled Passage. Let's grab a Plains. Run out Siren and Inspector. Grow the Warden. Don't need another Warden. Would love a Sheltered. Yeah, don't need that either. All right, so now we got 4/5. Vigilance, Flying. Trying Bite still gets Warden. And Sheltered does too. But we got to, still got 2 Scries, getting to our better cards in our deck. Can play a Schooner that can block. Let's map a Flyer. See if they have removal. Ooh, glyph. We'll take a glyph. Run out of schooner. Just attack with our flyers. They could be holding on to Slick Shot, which we would wish that our flyers were back. Hopefully they don't run Slick Shot, Dreadmaw's Ire. That would blow us out. If they attack with a Nemesis, we definitely block. We need to get rid of it. They attack with a Challenger. Is it worth blocking? No, because we're going to try to seam rip it. See what they got. My turn, okay? All right. Let us glyph. Do we even glyph, or do we just go for a cryptic coat? Because if they attack with a Nemesis, they deal 5 damage to anything. They do it to our face. We just get back a Warden. Yeah, I really don't know. We could block with a schooner. The glyph, we can at least block their Emberheart Challenger. Because now we're on the defensive. They're gaining life. They can gain life if they want. Or do they have a Braid? That would suck. Okay. All right, we'll just hold back. We're on the defense. If we hit another land, we can Seam Rip and Cryptic Coat and have some unblockable. Okay, that's fine. Mabel, okay. My turn. So we'll get to pump everything. I mean, another blocker's pretty good. Let's get in with one of our flyers. We hit Sheltered. That's so unlucky. Oh, and they hit Whisker Veil. Jesus, dude. All right, crack this. Give me an island. They still have no flyers. Gotta try attacking. What do we Seam Rip? I think Emberheart Challenger is the best thing we can Seam Rip. Target or spell of ability. Because we could take the Sheltered so they can't gain life, but they're not attacking anyway. Yeah, the Emberheart is scary. And the turn there. If we had just had that Sheltered, we just toss it on our Cryptic Coat. Get in, gain life, we're fine. Okay. Hit nothing, hit nothing, hit nothing. Ah. Okay, double strike, trample, 10 damage, 4 damage from that. That's probably game. Pass. Do they know to attack with a Nemesis too? They don't. Okay. How do we block? I just hope that we spike a Sheltered. Sounds good to me. Even if they Charring Bite here, they can only do 5. Sheltered. No! Uh, so now they charring bite and they win. Do they have it? No. Okay. That would have been quite the combo. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 2 maps. Not enough to get there. That was really close though. Let's map. See what we had on top. Ginger Brute does nothing. Oh, GG. 1 away. We'll attack for the sake of showing it. Literally, if we just had that sheltered. Oh, they did have removal. 3 damage. Okay. GG. All right, we're getting taken out by off-meta stuff. That's not what we're supposed to be playing. We're supposed to be playing the meta. Come on. Okay, we don't have to mulligan. That feels good. Not a super strong hand at all, but... Okay, here's something meta. Don't like to see board wipe in our deck full of 1/1s and 1/2s. But we do have Spell Pierce backup. Bunnycorn, you get out there. You do your job. Just scare people. That is your job, Bunnycorn. Another great thing with this deck, Cryptic Coat gives 2 permanents on the battlefield, so it grows our Bunnycorn more. 2 permanents to use with the Warden of the Inner Sky. Now, is this the control combo? It might be the control combo versus Kaido. We'll see. Yeah, Sheltered's the last card we want to see in a matchup like this. If they have a counter spell, that's pretty rough. Cryptic Coat is one of our best cards against control. They don't counter that. I think they're probably just going to kill the Bunnycorn. They don't kill the Bunnycorn. Alright, so if they have the Regent in hand and they go for -2/-2, they wipe our board. And that'd be really sad with Spell Pierce in hand. Oh, Gear Hulk, okay. What's the ward? Ward 1, okay. I'm gonna take my Sheltered. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, so now we can Spyglass, get a target for our glyph. Can Warden. Do we just want to tap rather than attack with Ginger Brute? I think so. No, we can still attack with Ginger Brute. Just tap these out. Don't need a Schooner. Let's give you unblockable. So they can block our 7/7, or they can go to 2. Everybody finding out that this is unblockable. Okay, Got a Spell Pierce up for any board wipes. I think we're good. I don't think there's anything they could do. We have shown them our entire deck. Yep. Okay. So we only saw 2 cards, and they saw basically our whole deck. Not sure what to bring in. Gear Hulk and that scary guy. I mean, maybe Sheltered's not good, maybe it is good. There's really no way to tell right now. They could be some sort of reanimator. Just gonna... No, let's leave in 2 Shelters just in case. We gotta figure out what they're actually going for here. That's more like it. Nice mulligan to start. All right, hope that we find some good action here. Yeah, don't have a white source for our Bunnycorn, but we can at least Schooner. Another thing that's great about Schooner is that it gets around board wipes. There's a lot of different type of control decks out there right now. And people were playing Ultima, but I feel like I haven't seen it lately. So it dodges the other board wipes. Exile creature, okay. Unfortunately, we can't run out the Bunnycorn. That's really sad. Azorius has a crappy mana base right now, unfortunately. Are they in full control? They had no mana and they had an option to do something. Okay. You can get artifact or creature. Okay, they don't know we have Spell Pierce, so just run out another Schooner. If they go for Gear Hulk again, Spell Pierce doesn't do anything anyway. It looks like they're just a removal plus Gear Hulk deck, maybe. They gotta be running some combo, I'm sure. Wait till end step like we're supposed to. Really need a creature. Ugh. That is brutal. All right. Really need like Cryptic Coat. That would be the best card we could draw. Yeah, if you want to kill my Verge, that's fine. Okay. Sounds good. Take action. Grab the other planes, that's fine. Yeah. They can pay. Yeah. We're not hitting anything. That's so rough. All right, which combo are they? Are they the mill instantly Doomsday Excruciator combo? Yeah, okay, cool. So we will concede. We'll get rid of our shelters. We'll get our No More Lies in. Get rid of the shelters. We got all the spell pierces. Is there anything else that's good for us? Not really. Artifact or enchantment doesn't do anything. All right. Hope that we draw better. And now our deck is at least configured to actually fight their deck now that we know exactly what they're doing. Play first. Oh, Arena, please. I just like to not mulligan more than once. And no white source. Not enough mana to cast our cards. This is pretty sad. But I don't want to mulligan a lot because this deck is not good for that. We have a lot of crap that we can draw. So if we have some decent stuff, we want to keep it if we can. Beautiful. Any white source, any white source. Really just have to keep No More Lies up once they get to 6 mana, but they're probably going to make us discard it before then. Sounds good. Arena. How in person do I have fine draws? And then Arena's just like, no. I thought Arena was supposed to give you better draws than real life, so that you could play the game. Cool. Okay. Okay. Oh my. Okay, well at least we can map. Honestly, that's a decent draw. We can map. Please be a land. That's a tapped land. It's a white source, they tell me. I'm gonna demo my starting town. That's fine if you want to. Okay. And grab a plains. Thin our deck a little. All they have up is a swamp. Let's just go for Cryptic Coat. Try to get some aggro going. They're already at 12. They need 2 more mana for Doomsday. We do have No More Lies. We do have Spell Pierce. If they board wipe here, that's pretty rough for us, but we do have... I mean, if we can get another land... and they grab No More Lies. We do have Unblockable, and we do have a flyer. Now they get to gain life too. Yeah, the amount of damage we can do, they can just gain back every turn. That's why that card's pretty good in their deck. Ginger Boot, be free. Warden, be free. Warden, do I want to run another out just to get murdered? I probably should have just glyphed the Ginger Brute. Yep. Should have just glyphed the ginger brute. Don't need that. They know all the cards in our hand. They can just board wipe us. They can just Doomsday Excruciator us. If they cast the Doomsday Excruciator, we can get in with Ginger Brute. Okay. Okay. No blocks. Are you saying we're gonna win? Please. I mean, they're still playing, so probably not, but. Yeah. They got the 2, they got the board wipe. If we had just glyphed the Ginger Brute, that's way better. Yeah, what I should have done was just bring Cryptic Coat back to hand. Yeah, I just messed up everything. 5, 6, 7. I gain back 4. All right. Ugh, another Gear Hulk. Yep, they got us. So if I had glyphed the Ginger Brute, it'd still be alive, it'd still be unblockable. So still could have won. Yeah, lose the coat. Could have recast the coat. Could have still had unblockable. Get to discover. What do we find? Bunnycorn is terrible. Yeah, we'll call that a GG. Ooh, that was rough.